Hello everyone. In this session, we'll discuss some questions based on forfeiture and reissue in the following cases. So there are different cases which are based on forfeiture and reissue of shares. These cases are, first is A Limited forfeited 400 shares of Anil of rupees 10 each fully called up for non-payment of final call of rupees 2 per share and reissued to Sunil as fully paid for rupees 10 per share. So according to the question, A has forfeited 400 shares of Anil and Anil has not paid the final call of rupees 2 per share. So the number of forfeited share is 400 and the called up amount is rupees 10, out of which Anil has not paid rupees 2 per share on final call. So the entry for forfeiture will be share capital account debit to share final call account to share forfeiture account. Share capital account will be debited with amount 4000 as the number of forfeited share is 400 and the called up amount is rupees 10. So 400 into 10 is 4000. To share final call account is credited because the amount has not been received on final call by Anil. So the amount will be, number of forfeited share is 400, final call amount is 2. So 400 into 2 is 800. Share forfeiture account is credited with the amount 3200 as the number of forfeited share is 400 and out of called up amount, which was rupees 10, paid up amount was only rupees 8 because the final call has not been paid and the final call amount was rupees 2. So 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 is the paid up amount and the number of forfeited share is 400. So 400 into 8 is 3200. Now, the share which has been forfeited are now reissued to Sunil as fully paid off of rupees 10 per share. That means these forfeited shares are reissued at par. So, entry for reissue of share will be bank account debit to share capital account and the amount is 4000 as the number of shares reissued is 400 and the paid up amount is rupees 10 or reissue price is rupees 10. So, 400 into 10 is 4000. Next, we will transfer the credit balance remaining in share forfeiture account to the capital reserve account. The entry will be share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account and the amount is 32,000 as at the time of forfeiture, share forfeiture account was credited with the amount 3200. This 3200 will be transferred to capital reserve. Now, the second case is B Limited forfeited 500 shares of rupees 10 each fully called up for non-payment of first call of rupees 2 per share and final call of rupees 2 per share. All of these shares were reissued as fully paid up for rupees 8 per share. So according to the question, 500 shares has been forfeited and the payment for first and final call has not been made. So the entry for forfeiture of share will be share capital account debit to share first call account to share final call account to share forfeiture account. Share capital account will be debited with amount 5000 as the number of forfeited share is 500 and the called up amount is rupees 10. So 500 into 10 is 5000. Share first call account has been credited with the amount 1000 as the first call money was rupees 2 and number of forfeited share is 500. So 500 into 2 is 1000. Share final call account has been credited with the amount 1000 as the number of forfeited share is 500 and the final call amount is 2. So 500 into 2 is 1000. Share forfeiture account is credited with the amount 3000 as the number of forfeited share is 500 and out of called up capital, which was rupees 10, only rupees 6 has been paid up because rupees 4 on first and final call has not been paid. So 500 into 6 is 3000. In the question, it is given that shares which were forfeited are reissued as fully paid up for rupees 8 per share. That means the forfeited shares has been reissued at discount because the called up amount was rupees 10 and the reissue price is rupees 8. So there is a discount of rupees 2 per share. So entry for reissue will be bank account debit, share forfeiture account debit to share capital account. So bank account is debited with the amount 4,000 as the number of forfeited share is 500 and the reissue price is rupees 8. So 500 into 8 is rupees 4,000. Share forfeiture account is debited because there is a discount of rupees 2 per share. So the share forfeiture account, the credit balance remaining in the forfeiture account will be used to compensate the loss on reissue of shares. So it is debited with the amount 1,000 as the number of forfeited share is 500 and discount was rupees 2 per share. So 500 into 2 is 1,000. To share capital account, it will be credited with the total amount 5,000. Now we will transfer the credit balance remaining in the forfeiture account to the capital reserve account. So at the time of forfeiture, share forfeiture account was credited with the amount 3,000, out of which 1,000 was used to compensate the loss during reissue of shares. So 3,000 minus 1,000 is 2,000. So 2,000 will be transferred to capital reserve account. Next case is C Limited forfeited 600 shares of rupees 10 each fully called up for non-payment of allotment money of rupees 3 per share, first call money of rupees 2 per share and final call of rupees 2 per share. 400 of these shares were reissued as fully paid up at the minimum rate of discount allowed. So according to the question, 600 shares has been forfeited and the payment on allotment money, first call money and final call money has not been made. So entry for forfeiture of shares will be share capital account debit, to share allotment account, to share first call account, to share final call account, to share forfeiture account. So share capital account is debited with the amount 6,000 as the number of forfeited share is 600 and the called up amount is rupees 10. So 600 into 10 is 6,000. Share allotment account is credited with the amounts 1,800 as the number of forfeited share is 600 and the allotment money is rupees 3. So 600 into 3 is 1,800. First call account is credited with the amount 1,200 because the number of forfeited share is 600 and first call amount is rupees 2. So 600 into 2 is 1,200. In the same way, final call account is credited with the amount 1,200. Now share forfeiture account is credited with the amount 1,800 as the number of forfeited share is 600 and the called up amount was rupees 10, out of which rupees 3 on allotment, rupees 2 on first call and rupees 2 on final call has not been made, which means the total amount which has not been made is 3 plus 2 plus 2 is 7. So out of 10, 7 has not been received. So the remaining rupees 3 has been received on application. So share forfeiture account will be credited with the amount 600 into 3, that is 1,800. Now according to the question, out of 600 forfeited shares, only 400 of these shares were reissued as fully paid up at the maximum rate of discount allowed. Now what does maximum rate of discount allowed here means? It means only application money of rupees 3 per share has been received. So the maximum discount allowed will be rupees 3 per share. That means the shares has been reissued at rupees 7 per share. So the entry for forfeiture will be bank account debit, share forfeiture account debit to share capital account. Bank account will be debited with the amount 2,800 as the number of forfeited share is 400 and the reissued price is rupees 7. So 400 into 7 is 2,800. Share forfeiture account is debited because the shares has been reissued at a discount of rupees 3 per share. So number of forfeited share is 400 and the discount is 3. So 400 into 3 is 1,200. To share capital account, total amount is 4,000. So here in this case, no amount will be transferred to the capital reserve because there is no gain on reissue of shares. Now the last case is D Limited forfeited 800 shares of rupees 10 each fully called up on which the holder has paid only application money of rupees 3 per share. Out of these, 500 shares were reissued at rupees 11 per share fully paid up. So 800 shares has been forfeited and only application money is received. So entry for forfeiture of shares will be share capital account debit to calls in arrear account to shares forfeiture account. So share capital account will be debited with the amount 8,000 as the number of forfeited share is 800 and called up amount is rupees 10. So 800 into 10 is 8,000. Calls in arrears are the amount which has not been paid on allotment and other calls, and it will be credited with the amount 5600 as the number of forfeited share is 800 and the total called up money was rupees 10, out of which only application money is received. So 10 minus 3 is 7. 7 will be the amount which is not received on allotment and other calls. So 800 into 7 will be 5600. Share forfeiture account is credited with the amount 2400 because the number of forfeited share is 800 and the amount paid on application is rupees 3. So 800 into 3 is 2400. So now according to the question, out of 800 forfeited shares, only 500 shares were reissued at rupees 11 per share, which means the share has been reissued at premium because the called up amount was rupees 10 and the reissue price is rupees 11. So there is a premium of rupees 1 per share. So the entry for reissue of shares will be bank account debit to share capital account to securities premium reserve account. Bank account will be debited with the amount 5500 as the number of reissue share is 500 and the reissue price is 11. So 500 into 11 is 5500. Share capital account will be credited with the amount 5000 as the number of shares reissued is 500 and the called up amount is rupees 10. So 500 into 10 is 5000. Securities premium reserve account will be credited with the amount 500 because the premium amount was rupees 1 per share and the reissue share is 500. So 500 into 1 is 500. Now at last, only that amount of profit is transferred from share forfeiture account to capital reserve account which belongs to the reissued shares. So in this question, only 500 shares have been reissued. So the profit on 500 shares will be transferred to capital reserve account. So the profit on 500 shares will be calculated as follows. Profit on 800 share is 2400. So profit on 1 share will be 2400 divided by 800. So the profit on 500 reissued shares will be 2400 divided by 800 into 500, which is 1500. So 1500 will be the profit which will be transferred to capital reserve account. So the entry to transfer the forfeited shares to the capital reserve account is share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account and the amount is 1500. So we have solved the question based on forfeiture and reissue of shares in different cases. In the next session, we'll do some more questions. That's all for today. Thank you.